All right, AJ, you have an awesome opportunity on Sunday Night Football against the Vikings. I just asked you about whether or not you remembered that intro. Are you going with Clemson? Is that the school that you said?
Yeah, Clemson, that's where I was at.
You're not going to say Westlake?
Westlake, you know, that's the high school, but
Yeah.
Clemson, yeah.
Okay.
Sticking with Clemson.
Sometimes people switch it up. You know, Bajan last year, he talked about his high school, but he told me he's going with Texas this time, so it's always Clemson for you.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Clemson right now.
But even though you went
It ain't
to
nothing to
Clemson,
go back. I'd say Westlake too, but
Okay.
I kept it at Clemson.
I like
You know
it.
what
I
I'm
like it. And I also like that you're an Atlanta guy. I mean, you are the carryover Atlanta guy now with Grady out of here, so you're the guy repping the same team that you grew up watching as a
Yep.
kid. How much do you just enjoy that every single day?
Nah, like, you know, it's still a surreal moment. You know, the impact, the things in the lives that I impact, the things like that is just, it's big for me. And just being able to play for the home team and give back with the community and things like that is something I feel proud to do and honored to do.
You have such an amazing family. I
Yep.
have seen so many videos of your parents that have sacrificed so much to be
Yep.
around you and all of your siblings' games growing
Yep.
up. You got older sisters, you got your brother.
Yep.
What did your parents teach you on the journey of football for you, and now you're a dad as well? What have they taught you?
Yeah, they taught a lot. Mainly running our own race. You know, I feel like us growing up, we competed within ourselves in the household, held each other accountable a lot. And we had I want to say the best support with our parents, you know, providing us with a lot of opportunities, risking a lot for the fam with their jobs and things like that to get us from A to B, and us also just supporting each other all around.
Did you have a weight room in your living room? Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that your dad's idea?
That's the space we had. We had to make it work.
Yeah.
That wasn't the ideal spot. It was a dining room, but we didn't have no dining room table, so it was like the garage was full of boxes and storage.
Yeah.
You know, so we trying to, you know, put a car in the garage. We had a 2-car garage, but
Yeah.
a lot of boxes and things like that. You know, sometimes we'd have it in the garage, but once we needed to put stuff in the garage, we'd move it in the weight room. Move it in the house and made it a weight room.
Yeah.
So yeah, we was getting busy in the weight room.
What do you remember about those moments? Because you trained so much at home with your dad and your brother
Yep.
before you even went to school. What do you remember about those moments?
It was a grind, man. It was a process. I feel like you don't know what you don't know until you look back at it. Like,
Sure.
to me, it was normal. You know, the weight room in the living room was, you know, it is what it is type of vibe. So just looking back at it now is like, that was all part of the journey. I don't take nothing back from it. It's something that you can look back and kind of flex your muscle about, just knowing that it was that serious to get to where I'm at now. And, you know, I thank my dad for seeing the vision early and pushing me to, you know, be my best self young all the way to now.
So your dad, I've seen pictures of him. He's
Yep.
a big guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was pretty competitive with you back then.
Yeah, for sure.
You obviously can beat him now, I would imagine.
For sure.
At what? What were you guys competing at when you were small?
Man, you know, my dad did a lot with trying to build that dog in me, you know, as far as the competitive mentality, confidence, you know, things at a young age that you gotta, you know, some kids kind of endure it coming out, being the younger sibling like my little brother.
Yeah.
And then the older sibling, you know, I had sisters with me, it was just me and him in the house, you know, so he was pushing me a lot, did a lot of sports, baseball, track, wrestling, karate, football, you know, probably more that I'm not saying, but just all of those things that he instilled in me, like just taking everything out of each sport and applying it to the next sport, and mainly football. You know, I did every sport and ended up playing football, but I always knew football was the sport that hit home with us. So, you know, just him pushing me every day with those early morning workouts and one-on-one training. It's kind of a lot. And then the only thing I wish we did growing up was film it.
Yeah.
You know, I can write a whole book about the training sessions and things like that we had that nobody would never know unless, you know, I, of course, tell it, but it would have been different if they seen it.
All that work that you did as a kid, how
Yep.
much easier does it make your job now?
Super easy as far as knowing what I went through, knowing those tough days and things like that. It kind of motivate me to keep on going with what I'm doing. Like, I never lose sight of the process of things like that. I know what hard work gets you, and now I can pass it on to my son and my daughter, and things like that, and also just keep pushing myself and my little brother and my siblings. You know, it's just a whole trickle down effect.
Let's talk about the isolating life of a cornerback.
Yeah.
Sometimes you guys are out there on an island and you don't get a lot of credit until you're breaking up a pass, intercepting a ball, but then you get a lot of criticism when people feel like you're not making the big play. How do you navigate that mentality at that position?
Mental toughness. You know, you just got to have confidence within yourself. Like you said, you're on the island. Sometimes you got good days, you got bad days. And not all bad days are even bad days. To the media, they'll push it as a bad day. You give up a catch, a touchdown. You made, you know, it's a crazy stat line. You know, I can go on about it, but we all know like corner it's a tough job, arguably one of the most toughest jobs in the league. But it's something that you just tend to love. You know, outside of the game of football, I think, you know, when I move on from the game, I don't really think. I mean, it definitely will prepare me for my next job or whatever I want to do as far as getting criticized and, you know, just having that self-confidence and things like that, next play mentality. Like, I don't think no job outside of football, when I move on, I have a hard time with that. And it just make you be a man early, you know. And it's a good thing. It's fun. It make you play at a high level every time because you know, like, it's mano-a-mano, and you just got to get it done. It's a tough job, and I love it.
You've already been through it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I've been through it multiple times. Like, it come with criticism.
Yeah.
I mean, and most positions come with that, but, you know, like you said, corner, it's isolation. So, you know, just play your game, confidence, make a play. If you give up a play, next play mentality, you got to flush it out the door and just continue to just keep stacking more good plays.
You had a really good game against Tampa, one that probably a lot of people won't talk about enough because of those stat lines that we're talking about that are missing. But on paper and on film, you were flying all over the place. Your head coach, Raheem Morris, even said he thought you were phenomenal in coverage. What did you like about just opening out of the gate and having a strong game like that?
Yeah, it was smooth, you know, just getting my feet wet. I think we started out strong as a defense, having 2 3-and-outs early, so get the juices going.
Yeah.
Me personally, I think I could have played better.
Okay.
You know, me just hard grading myself.
I feel like you're always like that, though.
Yeah, like that's just part of playing corner. But overall, we had a solid game, made a few plays. Just got to keep going for the following weeks.
How would you describe matching up against Justin Jefferson?
You
guys have a deep history.
Yeah, he's a solid receiver. You know, just I wouldn't say in the natty. I didn't follow him that much in college. I don't even think we was traveling in college, but and he was playing a lot of slot at the time. But yeah, great receiver. Obviously, we seen it. You can see what he do in the league. Super dominant, but I just look at it as another week of work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I know I'm gonna get the best from him, and he gonna get the best from me, and you know, just play within the lines, and just play my game.
In a game, when you notice a quarterback throwing to the opposite side of where you are, so they're moving away from you, what does that tell you as a corner?
You know, I never looked at it like that. I know I'm doing my job. You know, like for me, you know, my position, I'm more so, I know when I do my job and things like that, I'm not really looking at, the quarterback not throwing it to me or things. You know, I'm just, you know, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Like, whether they throw it or not, you're not really going, what I want to say, whether they throw it or not, it's the NFL. Like, you can be in the best coverage ever and they still test you, and then vice versa. You can blow a coverage and they may not throw it, but at the end of the day, you just got to be in position to make plays on the ball. And, you know, I think that's the next level to my game is making plays on the ball when they come, because I'm always in position, whether I get my head around late. I be in position sometimes and I self-scout myself, but, you know, I just got to just look back and play the ball, things like that. I think that's one of the things I need to work on.
This is your 6th year in the NFL, which is so hard for me to believe. I'm sure you as well.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since you got here, you have been through a ton of different defensive coordinators.
Yep.
How does the ever-changing landscape of a coordinator become a challenge and also something that could make you better?
It's a challenge.
Sure.
Earlier in OTAs and things like that, but I think as a defense, it's not too many different ways to coach defense. At the end of the day, you want to be aggressive, you want to play man, you want to play zone, and it simplifies itself early. Like I said, I done been through 5 D coordinators, and they may have different coaching techniques, but at the end of the day, man gonna be man, zone gonna be zone. So I don't think it's that tough at all.
You now have a defensive coordinator that you somewhat have familiarity with.
Yep.
And Jeff Ulbrich said one of the goals for you was to get you on a Pro Bowl team.
Yep.
What do you like about the fact that he's already telling you this is a goal of his?
No, for sure. Just knowing the value that I bring to the team, and the guys that surround me, the people that we added on to the team, and the scheme that he brought, and the energy that he brought, the juice and everything like that. Just I know that it's all in our best interest as a defense, as a team to reach those heights, not just for myself but for everybody.
Before this year, you drafted those 2 rookies that are defensive.
Okay, yeah.
You were the first defensive player, or the last defensive player to be taken in the first round.
Yep.
Now there's 2 first-round defensive guys. Then you got 2 more, obviously, that are starting on this team right now. There's a ton of rookies who can make a defensive impact on that side of the ball. How exciting is that for you?
That's great.
Yeah.
Just seeing that, just knowing what the emphasis was going into this season.
Yeah.
Not to say the guys that we had before weren't good enough or things like that, but just adding depth to the defense. And it was something that they went into the draft and seen, with the new coaches change and things like that. But just seeing Bill, X, and then Jaywalk and Pierce, it's great. Just having a pass rush, and then you got the young guys in the back end with you that's ready to get their feet wet and make plays as well. We all on the same mission, to make plays at a high level.
Those 2 guys on the back end who started already their first NFL game.
Yep.
What do you notice about the way that they're operating so early in their career?
They're good. They're sponges in the meeting room. They want to be able to play at a high level.
Yeah.
I think we're having me and JB in the back end, and us being sort of the OGs now. It's called, like you said, it's hard to believe that. Just looking, I'm 6 years in, JB 8 years in.
It's crazy.
But them just seeing us, knowing that there's a certain standard in the back end. And I felt like they played great last week, coming out there just playing fast and on top of things early, great communication. And that's the main thing in the back end. You want guys that's vocal but also ready to crash out. That's what we got going on. So I think they fit the criteria.
For the crash out crew.
For the crash out crew.
Okay,
for sure.
Tell everyone about the crash out crew.
Yeah, just a crew that's sticky in coverage and ready to do whatever in the run fits. Whether it's getting the guy down, tackling, physical, getting the ball out, and also playing sticky in the back end, making plays on the ball.
You know what's fun about you is that a lot of people don't realize that you do have a big personality and that you are great to talk to because you are kind of quiet by trade.
For sure.
James Pierce Jr. is the same way.
Yep.
He's your locker mate.
Yep.
What are you guys talking about?
Life.
You love him. I know you do.
Yeah, it's life. Because we got, like you said, a lot of similarities. We super chill.
Yeah.
But if you get to know both of us, we, of course, open up. That's part of it. But, everybody like that. Just, James like a little brother, you know what I'm saying? Like you hear all his day-to-day, life issues, everything for real.
Yeah.
And me being able to talk to him, give him game about certain things, but also just hear him out, let him talk and let him vent, and then just come out on the field and be silent. We be quiet on the field, but be making plays. You already see it early, and that's just his game. Like in the locker room, when you get to know him and things like that, he'll open up. But once we're on the field, we let our game speak for itself.
I know that he appreciates you a ton.
Yeah.
One thing I heard you say recently, I'll give you a direct quote, okay? I'm not satisfied with any of the years I've had.
Yeah.
Why?
I just feel like it's always more. You know, like I said, I told you earlier that I grade myself hard. I don't want to point the finger for nothing that I didn't get, like accolades wise and things like that.
Sure.
You know, just me just going through my preparation through the off season and just pushing myself to be a better me, better version. Whether that's in getting treatment out there on the field, in the film room, things like that. And I just think everything will come to me that's earned. And however I go about my business, that's how things will come.
What did it mean to you to get your jersey retired at Westlake?
It meant a lot.
Yeah.
You know, just being able to come from a school that's got a lot of history of great athletes and just a lot of respect from my school. I went there all 4 years. My sister went 4 years before me. My youngest sister went, and now my little brother went through. So it's a lot of Terrell buzz going through that through the high school, and just being able to know that I did it the right way when I was there. Stayed, wasn't in trouble a lot. Respected a lot of the staff that was there at the time, and teachers and things like that. But just doing my job, you know, doing the right thing and setting a great example for the lineage of my family and things like that. So, and then going to Clemson, going to playing for the Falcons. I'm right here at the crib, so it's great.
I think your brother probably looks up to you more than he ever tells you,
Yeah.
or that you realize. He's
Right.
following the exact same path that you did.
Yeah.
He's a corner, played at Westlake,
Yeah.
went to Clemson, and now who knows whenever he gets drafted in the NFL, because that's inevitable for your little
Yeah.
brother. What's your relationship like with your brother?
Yeah, we 7 years apart.
Yeah.
So it's our relationship is great.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of grew up fast messing with me. You know, as soon as he was able to walk, we was already at it outside, in the rooms, tussling, fighting, him crying, me toughing him up, me getting whooped for making him cry. It's a lot of that going on, just big bro stuff. But
Yeah.
me and his relationship super tight now that he's super mature and in college and things like that, just giving him game on life and also with football and him being able to still see me play and playing at a high level, it only motivates him more to continue to do what he's doing.
How good of a corner is he?
He's a great corner.
Okay.
He's a great DB all around. Like,
Yeah.
he better than me for real. I've been gave him his flowers as far as being better than me in rec ball, all because how he was brought up. Like, he came into rec ball on a different timing that I was on. I remember my first year of football, I wanted to quit. You know, just the mindset I had early. Like,
Yeah.
of course my dad ain't let me. I'm just telling you, like, I wanted to. But him coming in, I remember going to his games when I was young. His games be at like 8 a.m. in the morning. You know, me playing 13 and under or whatever. I had late games, so I always watch his games in the morning. And he'd get me ready and motivated to go play my games. Like, this is what I need to do. So just being able to watch him come in, playing at a high level as a youngin', ready to tackle. Like, I think at the first stage of playing youth football is getting over the physical part.
Yeah.
And he was ready for it. Like, he looked for it. They put him at safety, and he just came down, filling all the gaps, just let him roam the field. I was more excited to see him play defense more than offense. Offense, of course, he's going to score, outrun everybody.
Yeah.
But like I said, the hard part about football at a young age is coming downhill tackling. That's what he been doing. So, and he got a knack for the ball, so that's what he do now at Clemson. He always want the ball. He always want to make a play.
I know you think that Georgia Tech is not a threat. I'm going to just ask you this one question. We'll divert for 1 second. Your brother is going to play Georgia Tech on Saturday.
Yeah.
What would it mean for them to get a win over the Yellow Jackets? You did that a lot when you were in college.
It's huge to get the win now.
Yeah.
It's ACC football, so we definitely got to get the W.
Yeah.
I do know that Georgia Tech made some changes. I haven't been watching their games crazy, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, I ain't been watching their games.
Of course.
Often, but I do know that it's a different aura going around in there. But at the same time, it's still Tech to me.
Yeah.
and I got my history with Tech, and we ain't never have a long day with him. So I'm definitely watching little bro, making sure he doing right, and I want my Tigers to come on top. Feel me?
Speaking of relationships, you were very close with Grady Jarrett.
Yep.
And there's a Clemson connection there, but more importantly, you played on the same team here. And at the NFL level, when you have that kind of history, 2 Atlanta guys, 2 Clemson guys, 2 Falcons guys,
yep.
He's a staple. He leaves.
Yep.
What kind of an impact did that have on you?
It had a huge impact on me. Like, to me, Grady always been the big bro. I never told him this, but I say it live. Like, when I got on the team, I thought he was already on like year 6, year 8. He was finishing year 4, going on year 5.
Yeah.
But just that's all because how he moved.
Yeah.
He was already doing a lot. I didn't really fully understand, of course, about doing stuff for the community and things like that. But the impact he had on the field for the team and then off the field with the whole city of Atlanta was huge. Him being from Rockdale, Georgia, but having the whole state of Georgia I felt on lock. And just the impact and things that he did was huge at a high level, and just somebody I, of course, admired and got close to as soon as I got on the team.
How much did that influence you to now carry the torch to be one of those guys?
Yeah, it's huge. Of course, just seeing things and how he went about things, showing up to events, probably when he didn't feel like it, but
sure.
Just paying his respects and things like that in the city, and I think that's huge. That's kind of how I feel. Certain things that I'm iffy about, or I'm not a big talker. I don't like doing certain interviews or talking to certain audience and things like that. But I know that you got to put the time in and the work in to get certain things, and also just networking and meeting the right people so you can set up life after football.
Mr. Atlanta's rollerball is coming up in October.
Yeah.
How much did your days at Cascade influence this event?
Man, see, Cascade, like, it's an Atlanta thing for real. Like, people know about it, man. It was great at the time, and it still is. I ain't been in a minute, because where I'm at right now, but it was huge. I got a lot of stories at Cascade growing up. The good, the bad, the ugly, however you want to slice it, but the rollerball gonna be similar to that.
Awesome. Just
being able to have the whole city culture vibe going on. We're gonna have the DJs. It's gonna be like a throwback vibe.
Awesome.
We're gonna try to have everybody just be themselves, just come just have a good time. We're gonna have the wings. Gonna have a lemon pepper VIP lounge.
Perfect.
Like, we gonna have skater sets. Like, we're gonna have some group of the top skaters around Georgia. We're gonna have Big Tig hosting it. It's just gonna be a great little vibe where you don't have to come dressed up in a tuxedo and feel like you can't move your arm. That whole gala type of vibe. We're gonna put that to the side. Let everybody come be themselves, skate, have the kids moving around, the adults moving around. If you can't skate, get out the way. But you can have a good time in the lounge, or but we
nice and chill.
Yeah, we just gonna have a chill, nice little vibe, and it's gonna be on October 3rd. Friday, October 3rd, from 7 p.m. to 11. We're just gonna have a good time. Get tickets at ajtfoundation.org, and just pop out. It's
all
gonna
for
be a
your
great
nonprofit.
Time. All for the nonprofit. All the proceeds will go to the kids and the youth around the city of Atlanta. And we just gonna have a good time, man. Just have a good time.
Perfect.
It's gonna be perfect.
Love that.
Yeah.
Last question for me. This defense is moving and operating, I feel like, at a different speed.
Yeah.
There's something different about the way that you guys are this year.
Yeah.
Do you feel that too?
I do. Yeah.
What is it about you guys?
It's everybody just on the same page. Our defense requires everyone from the D-line to the backers, to the safeties, the whole back end, we all got to be we're all on the rope. As for some certain defenses, you're not really in tune to what the D-line doing. I know that they're rushing. I'm at corner, and I'm talking to my nickel and my safety. Like, with this defense, we're all communicating, all on the same page, and you know where your help is. So you playing fast by pre-snap communication and things like that, so that the plays be smooth during post-snap.
So sky is the limit for this
Sky's
defense.
the limit, right?